In today's lecture, I want to look at how to create stock items on QuickBooks Premier. And for you to get started, you should start by checking if your inventory or your stock module is activated. You could have activated it during the Kanban file creation process, but if you didn't, or if you just want to make sure, you have to check if it is activated, and you do so by first clicking on Edit, then you click on Preferences. When you click on Edit and Preferences, you'll be taken to the Preferences window. Right, your interest is in checking items and stock. So you click on Items and Stock, then you click on Kanban Preferences. When you do that, it will bring up this window. If the stock module or if the inventory module is active, there has to be a tick here against stock and purchase orders are active. If there is no tick, what it means is that the inventory module is not active and you won't be able to create physical items. So for you to activate it, you just have to put a tick there. When you put a tick, you'd find all these other items will become active. Once you've put a tick there, you click on OK to continue. Alright, so basically this means that your inventory module is now active and you can now proceed to create inventory items, which are physical items. And now for you to create those inventory or stock items, you come to lists. So you come to lists, then you click on item list. When you click on items list, it brings up this window, right? This window has got a list of items. The items which are there at the moment are VAT items. These items are created automatically when you set up your Kanban file. QuickBooks Premier automatically creates these items. So as you can see, we have got item for standard purchases at 15%, standard sales at 15%. Then we have got zero rated purchases, zero rated sales, exempt sales, exempt purchases, or at 0%. So these inventory, VAT items are automatically created when you create a Kanban file, but your inventory or your stock items are not. So you have to come here and create them. Now, in this window, you could right click and click on New to start creating a new item, or you could come down here, right, and click this arrow against item, the arrow pointing down. You come down there, you click it, then you click on New. Whichever method you use, it will take you to the window where you can create a new item. Now, in our case, we're going to right click, then we click on New. When you click on New, it will bring us this window. You find on this window now we have to select the item that we want to create. As you can see, we've got a list, service, stock part. Stock part now is the physical item, the physical stock item that we want to create. Stock assembly, if you are manufacturing, non-stock part. If it is probably another like stationery that we use, it's non-stock in the sense that we don't sell it. Other charge, if you want to create an item probably just to put on customer invoices, which is not a stock part, it's just another charge. Subtotal, group, discount, and payment. So basically what we want to create ourselves is a stock part, which is a physical item. So we click on a stock part. You'd find an inventory item has got a code, an item name or a code. So like in our case, we're a model space business. As you can see, it's zero-based model space, so we sell model space. Model space, they've got categories, inventory categories. So you start by creating an inventory category. You'd find you've got engine parts, you've got suspension parts, you've got electrical parts. There are a number of categories, body parts. So you first of all create those categories. Then after creating those categories, you now go on and create the stock items under a particular category. So let's say probably we want to start by creating the suspension. So let's just type that suspension. Probably we just call this category suspension components, right? We will just name it suspension component. So this basically is not a stock item, it's a category. So we say suspension components. When you click on okay, all right, it may say click an account. We have to just put in an account there, right? Let's put this account, then we click okay. So basically what we have done, this is a category that we have created. As you can see, it's a category that we have created. We now have to create items under this category. So we are going to start, we right click, then you click on new, right? So when you click on new again, we're taken back to this window. We click on stock part. This time around, we are going to start creating our items. So under suspension, you've got things like ball joints, tie rod ends, control arms, the number of things for those who know about motor space. So in our case, probably let's say start by creating a ball joint. So we've got a ball joint. So this is the part number of the ball joint, BJ901, and we have put in a code. This basically is a code, it's not a description, it's a code. So we put in the code there, or the number, then we come here, we click on sub item of, because we want this to be under that category we created. So we tick on sub item of, then we click this arrow pointing down, we click on suspension components, meaning to say this item is going to be created, but it's going to be under suspension components. If you want to put the manufacturer's part number, we could here. If you don't want, we just leave it as it is. Then we do not enable unit of measure, because basically these are items which they don't have unit of measure, unless if you are selling things like sugar, salt, and so on. Those are the items which have got unit of measure, so we leave it blank. Then we come down here, we put in the description now. So this one, the description is ball joint, right, for Mazda 323. So this is the purchase description of purchase transactions, which we also have to copy to description on sales transactions. Here now we can come down here and put a cost. This is the landed cost. The landed cost, our landed cost, that is the cost of purchase, freight, and everything else to bring it to a sellable condition. Then on COGS account, which is select the cost of goods sold account. Here we can now put in the selling price. Let's say probably we're selling this for $10. Then here we put in the income account. So let's say we put that income account, and down here by default the stock account, the asset stock account is already selected, so just leave it there. Then you don't have to put the quantity on hand here. You will see how to take on balances. We're going to do take on balances later on. So basically this is how you create an inventory item. These are the details that you have to put in, and once you are satisfied, you click on OK. Right. So once you click on OK, you can see now our inventory item is created under suspension component. We first created a category, then we went on and created an item. Here we've just created an item. We haven't captured any transaction. You need to create all the items that you can create. Then from there on, you can start capturing your transactions. Thank you.